Welcome back, guys. I got a few things to run by you. We're not in the same place we left off last time because I have done something I normally would not do in a game. I got so compulsive about my decision of a familiar. I ultimately decided I wasn't happy with Griselda and I went back and got Goldy. And I'm happy for it, to be honest. The reason I did it, I wasn't in the mood for Griselda's cynicism. I just think Goldy is overall a much more fun companion to have throughout the game. And so I basically had to restart a whole new game just to do it, because I didn't have a very far save back game. And but we haven't missed anything as far as what our next objective is, which is to go into the first portal world. On this playthrough I did leave a few things not yet completed, because I wanted to see what it was like with a familiar. For example, the first time we go into Copper's home, I was kind of curious what Goldy said about it. So let's go in. Doesn't she say something? I don't think I had saved it afterwards. Normally Copper says home sweet home and then there's a little conversation. Maybe the event didn't trigger though. But like the other thing I didn't do yet again was go see Bakata's brother. And I know there's a little dialogue between you and your familiar after that I was kind of interested in seeing. Let's get that money up there again. I apologize if I'm talking.
It's smaller than I expected.
Oh, there's that
Where's
dialogue.
the kitchen? And I'd like to tour the servants' quarters. We can't have our servants squeezing into these little closets like some of those rich people do. Our servants must have nice, large rooms.
We don't have any servants.
Oh, do you do that deliberately to build up your character before you become the king of Gladstone?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think I'll become the king of anything. And we don't have servants because I can't pay them. And so far, nobody has been willing to enjoy my charisma instead of receiving regular wages.
Okay, that's the dialogue I was referring to. And I'm also talking kind of slower today because I had my gallbladder removed a couple days ago. And I'm finding one of the hardest things to do is to spend too much breath talking. So I'll still be talking, but I won't be doing it maybe quite as much in this video, because I gotta catch my breath sometimes. I wanted to turn up the speech volume again. That's good. Yeah, I went into the ER with some horrible abdominal pains and an ultrasound revealed I had gallstones. So yeah, I know, pretty gross, but that's all I'm gonna get into it. So I'm gallbladder free, but I thought as I was recovering, it would be relaxing to do some of this. I should also mention, I'm sorry, I should probably get moving while I'm talking here. I should also mention that after I recruited Goldy, I was killing some bandits, and they must have killed her because, well, I mean, something killed her, and I had to spend money on the resurrection spell, which is this one for Goldy. And you gotta use ancient magic for that spell. But while I was there, I picked up a few other spells I'm gonna be using. Let's kill this bandit here. See, I'm pretty strong now. I still get poisoned, but Goldy does that poison shield for you, which is nice. What else was I gonna do? Well, nothing really. I'm just kind of being lethargic. I apologize for that. Look at these creepy NPCs.
I guess we have to, huh? Do we? Do we?
I'll never get over how weird the NPCs in this game are. Subject verb agreement. Also on a painkiller right now, so who knows how that's gonna affect my performance.
Hey, look what I can do!
I never get tired of Goldy, to be honest. You think she'd get annoying, but strangely I never get annoyed of her.
That's bad.
Yeah, these bandits are pretty easy to kill now. Let's get out of here. I'm spending way too much time just messing around in this town. Here we are. Gonna head to the forest from the upper Gladstone side. I want to go see Bakata's brother one more time though. So we saw that scene, but at the time we saw it, we didn't have a familiar. Was it this building? Oh, this icon here, you can pound doors down apparently, if you're strong enough. Battle Axe, Champion Stone. So, it's kind of a weird ability. It's just some random place. I guess it's someone's house, but it doesn't quite look like it. And eventually, maybe after Goldy does that light spell right there too sometimes. Maybe after we get a lot of combat done, we'll stop and look at our journal and kind of examine some of the items we got.
Yes. What may I do for you, young man?
I recognize you. You're a Thomgog. You're the brother to that assistant of Dawn's. What was his name?
Bakata. My late brother's name was Bakata, and I am Viscosa.
Sorry about your loss.
Thank you. You must be that young Dracoid heir to the Gladstone throne?
Yes, I am Copper LeGray. But right now, I'd trade any inheritance for getting my soul back.
I would stay and see if I could assist you, but I'm just here to sort through Bakata's things and prepare a shipment of his personal effects. I have urgent business at home myself, you see.
You mean this was Bakata's house? Quite nice for a magician's assistant.
Oh yes, Bakata was the wealthiest man in Gladstone.
This guy looks like a warrior, doesn't he? He's packing quite a few weapons.
Modest fellow, you know.
Fascinating. But I guess I should be running along then. Nice to have met you, sir.
And you as well, young sir.
That's wild. You can never tell about some people.
Fascinating. I've always admired those people who manage to change gears during their lifetime. I wish I was wealthy so I could give it all up and become a spiritual seeker.
I don't think that's your best plan, Goldy.
You're right. Maybe I should become an inventor. Yeah, I'll invent things like shoes for cows and hats that donkeys can wear without needing to cut holes in an otherwise perfectly good hat.
How could you get tired of that? Boy, I still get easily lost in this place. I've done a bit of leveling up in the Fighters Guild in that training room, but I don't want to overdo it. I think even a simple way to have balanced out that training thing is just make it cost a little more each time, like just make it, you know, get more and more expensive as you do it. Because every time it costs like $5 to do. So it's not really costing you that much, really. Alright. So we've been to the Draracle's cave.
I guess we had to do that, huh?
Goldy has a slight aversion to killing. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, the other familiar I really liked was Cyrus. It would sometimes turn you randomly invisible and things like that. Not that useful, but one cool thing he did was actually steal items from you. He could steal from shops. All familiars have this find item function, but with Cyrus he's able to do it more like in stores and actually steal things. Alright, here's the first place we're going. I believe we're in for a little cutscene here too.
The portal is pulling. I'm being sucked in.
We do have everything we need to go into this place, right? I can't even really remember our last instructions with Jekyll, but I'm pretty sure we need to be doing this now. Copper's appearance appears the same throughout the whole game. It would have been cool if they changed his character model a little to maybe reflect his new gear and stuff like. I don't know.
What's this? Volcano world?
Ooh, this place looks hot. How do your feet feel? Are your boots melting?
See, the game gets pretty self-aware at times with Copper saying things like, "What's this, volcano world?" Which is funny because that's exactly what it just looks like. It looks like you're at Disneyland and this place is called Volcano Land. Like, that's kind of how cheesy some of these levels are designed. I mean, like, look at this lava here. Just look at everything here. It looks quite silly, I'm
Holy cow,
afraid.
I wish I had packed a lunch.
Do I have no room in my inventory? Alright. Ooh, it's the Draracle. I don't
Shouldn't you
remember
use your
this.
journal?
Hey, you're the Draracle.
Yes,
Here's-
many have called me so.
You're real, aren't you? Not a puppet?
Are we not all puppets?
No. I mean... Anyway, here you are.
Copper.
What should I do?
Do? About what?
What? Aren't you all-knowing?
All is a difficult word to use precisely. Your presence here indicates that my exit from this mortal plane has not gone smoothly. The mirror must have broken. There will be rifts opening in your world.
So you do know. What should I do?
You've lost your soul. It can be found in one of the other dimensions. But the portals must be closed to prevent their leaking into yours and destroying it by corruption. You must find the precious mirror shards and return them to seal the portals. Find the Golden Sigil in my chambers. I will appear and direct you once you are there. Only the sigil can guide the pieces. Only when the mirror is repaired can your soul be rejoined with your body.
Okay, thanks. I think I've got this all. I've been writing it down as fast as I can.
Farewell, then. I am no longer here.
We've heard that before.
Oh, such a wise man. He seems to know everything, doesn't he? I mean, he knew right away what you were talking about. Such a wise man, really.
You know who Goldy reminds
Should I be
me
doing
of?
something?
She reminds me of that, well, I'm forgetting her name. Moira from Fallout 3. Okay, so we don't get to explore the volcano world yet. First we have to go to the Draracle's place and get some sort of sigil thing. So we now kind of learn what our overall goal in this game, which is not just to return the, which is not just to find our lost soul, but to find, close the portals and stuff.
Locked.
So it's weird being back here. Yeah, Copper's disposition is just so...
What are you doing back here? I thought we agreed you were going to stay away from here.
That's not what I remember us agreeing to, but whatever. I found the Draracle in the volcano world.
Like, who
and
wrote
he has
Copper's
a funny
dialogue?
problem.
Seriously.
He says the mirror in the shining path must have shattered and must be repaired in order to prevent the frozen world from leaking into ours. And he says there will be more rips and tears, too. I'm supposed to go back in his chambers and look for a handle called the Golden Sigil that I can use when I find the missing pieces of the mirror.
Well, that's certainly one theory, I suppose. This was the Draracle you say you saw? You're not just trying a perverted joke at my expense.
This is no joke. And I guess I need to close the portals to be able to rejoin my soul, if I ever do find it.
I was wrong about the voice of Jekyll, by the way. It's not Odo. It's the guy who did the voice of Malik in the last game, among some other characters, and he's a pretty popular voice actor in games, and he's in some other live action stuff. He was in an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, and I think he was in some movies too. I should look up his name. He really deserves credit. He's a great voice actor. But yeah, for a moment I was positive that had to be Odo.
This is all quite a large undertaking for a boy your age, you know. Why don't you go and get some of the people of Gladstone to help you?
Except for Dawn, I'm afraid the people of Gladstone don't take me seriously. Maybe they think I'm just a boy imagining all this.
Well then, you know what you should do is go out in the woods and battle the fierce creatures here in bare-handed combat. I'm sure the citizens would respect you then. You go do that, and I'll rummage around and see if I can find that golden thing for you.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to look for the sigil myself.
Fine! See if I give my advice anymore. I've only been serving an immortal god for several eons. No reason you should listen to my advice. What would I know?
Wow. I mean, Lands of Lore was never without its humor, but the tone of this game is just... it's disorienting sometimes. I'm just gonna walk past you now. Alright. Sometimes I just wonder if the humor in this game is kind of Westwood developers' way of just... I don't know, it just feels like they are saying, yeah guys, this is our last game, let's just try to have fun with it. Well, let's try to make it good, but we don't have a lot of time, we don't have a lot of money to do it. Aren't I doing something here? What's going on? What have I done wrong? Do I need to talk to Jaquel again, or...?
Please, I'm really not used to too much of that.
Okay. I'm really not incredibly focused. I apologize for that. Well, this is the mirror where, like, as you go through the portal worlds, you find the pieces and you eventually fix the whole mirror. So I guess this one little thing right here is this dazzling looking artifact is what's causing all these problems. So where do I go? What am I doing here? Let's look at our quest thing. Quests. The Golden Sigil. Did I not miss it, perhaps? I thought it was like a handle looking thing. I can click all around here. Maybe Goldy can find it for me. I really think the familiar feature in this game, these little characters here, it was one of the best parts of this game. It really made the game a lot more playable. I think doing this by myself would have been kind of boring.
Look what I found! All by myself.
Bread or vegetables would be sort of a boring meal.
Oh, Copper. What were they thinking with this character? Okay, I keep hanging out in here. This is probably not where I need to be. I just thought it was somewhere else here.
Follow the path.
Ah, there we go. What's the name of that guy who does the voice of the Draracle? Clancy Brown or Clancy something like that? I really like that guy. How do I... oh, dude. Wow, cool effect.
I will open the door for you.
Thanks, buddy. This place is especially bizarre.
Now this is what I call creative architecture.
And I can't hear what Copper's saying there. There's some parts with the sound in this game where, like, their voice can be very loud sometimes, like too loud, and other times like you barely hear them at all. I really think Lands of Lore today deserves another game. There should be a Kickstarter for it or something. And like I said, if it was like a game like Legend of Grimrock, like in that dungeon crawling style, I would still totally take it. I love these like unnecessary little obstacles. Ah! I almost fell off it too. Pick that up. And that's the most important item of the game. Here's a little mural room. As if to remind us what a much better game Lanzalore 2 was. We have all these images here. Interesting. Can I click on these or? Interesting. Some of these are from speaking stones and other ones are just from different cutscenes. Really, the level designs in these games. I don't know. This was kind of sad for me. Lanzalore is just a really underrated series in my opinion. And to see this be the last Lanzalore game, and it was another Mural Room.
Good, you have found the sigil.
This is awkward.
Use it to
Look,
guide
his
the
head
broken
follows you
pieces of the
everywhere.
shining path.
Like that.
So, I have to go into the portal world and look around for pieces of a broken mirror. Any chance you could explain more fully what's going on here?
The shining path is a mirror which controls the reflections of all possibilities in this mortal realm. The breaking of the mirror created tears in the fabric, which separates the dimensions.
Okay, I suppose I understand
Killer
that,
animation
sorta.
there, huh?
But why can't you just fix this yourself?
I am no longer here. When I stepped through the shining path, I left behind any ability to touch your physical world. I cannot even hold the sigil.
Then why could I see you in the volcano world?
I have served as Oracle here in your world for eons. My being resonates beyond my actual occupancy. And as I pass through each of the mortal realms on the long walk back to join my own kind, my image is visible to all who seek me still.
Oh. Well, one other question, if you don't mind. Why do you have to leave here? I mean, why can't you stay and continue to serve? Are you tired or what?
Surely you have heard of
Are you
Belial.
tired or what, dude? I mean, like, what's up, brah?
I did meet Dawn's sweetheart, Luther, and he was in the tavern telling all about his recent adventures in the southern continent and fighting some awful god named Belial. But really, is all that true?
I was the Guardian, vigilant for ages, guarding against the resurrection of Belial. When Luther defeated Belial, my guardianship was ended. I have no choice. I must leave this realm and rejoin my brothers.
I like that
I
light
will
spell.
have other
It's useful.
responsibilities, but no more in this place.
There's Luther.
Oh. Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
I have now
See, seriously, Copper's like, oh, okay. Just thought I'd ask, dude.
reached the end.
So damn annoying.
I have traveled through all the realms, and now I will step out. This is the last time, and you, Copper, are the last mortal to whom I will speak. Farewell. I am no longer here.
Yeah, that's like your catchphrase these days, isn't it? Oh, boy. It's just a weird
Yippee!
series
We are
of
doing
events.
good, aren't we? We're
Huh?
a good team, aren't we? You and me together solving all the problems of the world. They'll probably give us a medal, you know.
Yes, we have made progress, but we'd better go see if we can find one of those shards and see if this sigil thing works before we start congratulating ourselves at having saved the world.
Oh, you're so practical. You know, that's not always fun for a girl, you know.
This thing is really cool here. It's Quicksilver, I think. Can I reach it? You add that to a weapon and it increases its damage, so you want to kind of save it. The flint skin, I think either that makes your own skin kind of harder for a while. There's some guardian orbs, that's always nice. Wait, where did that go in my inventory? I don't see it. Did I just drop it or something? Seriously, where did those go? Oh, there it is. It's just sitting there. Because my inventory is inundated with useless stuff. Is that a stroke dagger? Got plenty of those these days. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, that Quicksilver stuff is pretty rare. Alright. I'll look up some of those other items later, like the flint skin. Yeah, oh, here's Jaquel.
Cupola!
Cupola.
What are you doing here? I haven't found that sigil for you yet. You'd better leave and I'll bring it to you.
I've already found the sigil.
Whoa! I certainly do not appreciate your undermining my efforts at being helpful. You'd better give me the sigil for safekeeping.
Sorry. I think it's stuck in my jerkin.
Goodbye.
I think it's stuck in my jerkin. Reminds me of a Luther quote when he's like, "Eat my jerkin." Alright, now we can go into the lava world. So that was quite the detour we had there, just as we were ready to get into some serious adventuring. So that's kind of a weird interruption to the pacing of the game. I'm finally ready to get into this place, and they're like, "No, sorry, you gotta do this whole side thing here before you can move along." Now I gotta find that place again, because I don't know where I am. There's some, like, lava on them. Yeah, I think it's right there. Okay. By now I'm pretty sure I checked most of these tree hollows. Yeah, I mean, I hope anyone watching this wasn't disappointed that I went back and got Goldy. I was just playing the game with her for a while. I'm like, I just don't like her. Griselda, I mean. I didn't like Griselda very much. Eventually I'll totally stop checking those tree hollows altogether. Alright, let's do this for real this time. I guess this might even be a good time to take a break. See, I wish we could see Copper wearing different stuff than just his regular clothes. Alright, well, when we get back we're gonna do this thing for real this time, and hopefully we'll get into some challenging monsters to fight here as well. So I'll see you guys